Well, hello. Welcome back to Journal Mojo. My name is Kate, and today I need to get set up for a new week. So, happy Sunday to everybody. I am, as my dad would say, a day late and a buck short. So, I had a crazy week. So, I am setting up for next week a little bit later than I normally do. So, let's go ahead and jump into it. I hope that everyone had a lovely week. So we are moving right into the first week of August. So it's August 2nd to August 8th. And yeah, I am ready to jump in here and get started. So the first thing that I am going to do is, I think the same thing that I've been doing these past few weeks. I'm going to go ahead and put down a little sticker right here to cover the weekly calendar that I have. And I have already pulled out some options. So I've mentioned these several times. I had a yellow one that I was using last month, but I thought, you know what? They've been kind of helpful. Let me see if they have any other color packs. And they did. They had one that had reds and browns and black and white photos. I think purple, a different kind of green. So it was a different color one than I have for the other set. And so this one had a lovely little red one. I thought that might be kind of helpful since red is my color theme for this month. That being said, I don't actually really know how useful this is going to be because it's a lot of like strawberries and, well, I guess that's a soda, you know, some roses and strawberry milk, I guess. But it's a lot of kind of like romantic or romantical kind of things, you know, so like we've got a hand with some pearls and then there will be some wine and then a little bit of, you know, that kind of stuff. So it's really cute. This might be a little bit more suited to something that's not an underwater theme. So I have gone ahead and picked out some things that I thought might work. So this is like a cloudscape. Is it ocean themed? Nope, but it's pretty all right. This one has actually got the ocean in it and a little heart sun situation. So this is a pretty strong contender. This is like a picnic on the water. I think this is more like it's more like a lake because there are lily pads and stuff like that. But, you know, watery and red, so that's cool. I've got this one, which looks, you know, sort of Mediterranean-esque, seaside town kind of vibe. So that's kind of cool. This is a flooded subway car, which is menacing. Some fireworks, just because fireworks are always kind of cool. Another sort of like quasi-Mediterranean house situation with some red flowers. This was just kind of a striking little photo with a red door and red windows. And then like a red tile and somebody's outline. So that's kind of cool. But I am leaning more towards that one, I think, with the little heart photo. I will say the subway one, I had originally picked that one out before all the flooding happened in China. And so now I don't feel very good about this one because it just makes me think about that, which I think would be utterly terrifying to be in. So I don't know about this one. I don't know if I'm feeling this sticker anymore. So we'll see. But I think I'm going to go ahead and go with this little heart sunset over the water and put that one up there. So my week has been so weird. So I'm exhausted right now. We had the memorial for my stepfather yesterday. I say stepfather because that's sort of the clearest way that I can think of to explain what his relationship was to me. He and my mom dated they had been together for like 9 years. And, you know, they started dating when I was in my 20s. And, but he was just a really important part of the family. So he wasn't really officially my stepfather, but, you know, I went to him for different kinds of advice, and he was just such a lovely person. And so we had his memorial yesterday, which was very nice. It was really nice to, you know, finally meet some of the people that he had talked about and that he had stories about. Everyone had heard of me and my bus, so they were like, hey, are you the bus girl? And I was like, yeah, that's me. So that was pretty cool. So that was, it was really nice. It was blisteringly hot yesterday. I think yesterday was the hottest day of the year so far, and it was all outdoors. There was not a lot of, we live in Central Florida, like inland, so it's not really, we don't get the whole sea breeze situation going on. It was just hot and still and humid, and with the humidity and the heat index, I think we were sitting in triple digits, and it was just so hot. At one point, I thought I was going to pass out because I was just overheating to such an extent. Normally, I handle the heat pretty well, so I'm just feeling really wiped out from all of that, but that is okay. It was still a very good time. So now I'm gonna go ahead and do my trackers right here. I do want to do a separate little tracker for my, I think I can fit that in there. Yeah, I can totally fit that in there. For my no spend thing that I'm doing, I have a big one on my monthly calendar, but sometimes I forget to go back in there and fill those out. So just as another little way to kind of keep myself accountable for my no spend, to have that kind of front and center for each of my weeklies. And I think I'm going to go in with these little bill stack stickers from the Coffee Monsters Co. just to mark that out. So I've got a few different things that I have like a little budget of things that I can spend my money on basically for the duration of this month. And we'll see how it goes. I'm just going to stick that little dude right down. And voila, done. That is an easy little tracker to do. And now because I am doing a slightly new spacing, I'm going to go ahead and mark this out because otherwise I'm going to mess it up. So, okay. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then I allocated 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then this is where my other line goes. Okay, that is great. Perfect. Just put all my little dots down. Excellent. Okay. That is perfect. Now I'm just going to add in my little reading dude to keep track of my whatever it is that I am reading and learning all about. Here we go. I'm going to come in with this little book stack. This guy right here. I'm kind of getting into the bigger ones, but that is a-okay. So I've got reading, and now the only thing left to do on this little sidebar is my dinner tracker. And so I had selected this little dude. It's a piece of toast. That is it. One lone piece of bread for dinner. This is from the Cartoon Girl set that I really, really love and enjoy. So I have this one, but I wasn't anticipating necessarily putting this right here, and it's looking a little gigantic for the space that I have, so maybe not that guy. But I did pull out two other ones. So I've got this is by Nikoni. It's a summer polar bear set, and he's so cute. He's getting up to all sorts of cute little summer things. And then I also have my trusty alligator set by, I think this was Mindwave? Yeah, my trusty little alligator by Mindwave. So let's see if we've got something in this one. He's got all sorts of sort of like pink tasty foods going on. So I'm kind of leaning towards this little guy. Let's see. Okay, so we've got like a little pink flan. That would be pretty cute. We've also got this little jar that just says good, which I kind of enjoy. I like that a little bit. We also have some cake and some ice cream. You know what? I think we're gonna go for the jar right here that says good. I feel like that is all that I can ask for dinner sometimes, is that it is pretty all right. Perfect. Okay. So now I am set up and ready for dinner. So my little sidebar is looking pretty full, which is totally okay. Okay, that's looking good. See, this week actually even looks quite empty just because it was such a funky week that I just didn't even have the time or the wherewithal to get in here and do a whole bunch, but that's okay. You know, some weeks are really full and then some weeks are just not, and that's okay. I think that's just kind of the way that it goes sometimes with planners. Okay, we're gonna do that. Now I'm gonna go ahead and section out my little dinner tracker. This is my color of the month. It is this sort of red orangey mild liner. And I'm just gonna section out right here at the 3 o'clock line, just to keep track. Perfect. Today is also my next oldest sister's birthday, so that's fun and exciting. And she's up in the DC area, so I won't see her today, but that is a-okay. All right, so I've got my sticker set for the month, which is kind of pulling in from this one. This is my primary set. So let's see what I can find in here to get a little bit of decoration going for my little sidebar, and then I'm gonna start adding in all of my tasks. Oh, I kind of like this crazy dude. That's pretty neat. Got a big one, some rocks, sea urchin, or this guy. Just keep it small and sedated. But I don't think I'm gonna do that. I think I'm gonna go for this really big one right here. Ooh, I could go for this big one. No, I think I'll save that one for later in the month. We're gonna go ahead and go for this. I really have no idea what kind of creature that is, if it's even a real creature. I don't know. Anybody know? I would love to know if that thing is real. All right, we're just gonna plop him right on in here. Perfect. That's pretty cute. I like it. Do I want to do something else in there? Maybe like chuck in a little rock or something? Ooh, actually I do. I do want to chuck in a little... Ooh, do I want to chuck in this rock? Ooh, yeah, I want to chuck in this rock. Perfect. And we're just gonna plop that right in there. All right, that is lovely. Aw, that's cute. I like it. It's kind of a little funky. All right, very nice. So, let's see. Moving on, Monday is going to be not my normal Monday. It is going to be the day that I do all of my cleaning stuff and just sort of reset because I 100% could not deal with that today. So, I've got this little dude who's doing his laundry, and I've got this chick who's doing her laundry. She's quite a bit bigger than I thought, so I'm thinking that might be a little bit too big. Too big for what I need for this day. So I think maybe I'm just going to go with this one and have this mark out my reset day to go ahead and take care of all of those tasks and things that I need to do. I might also make it like a little bit of a self-care Monday. This morning I did go hiking with a friend of mine. She was one of the librarians that stepped in at my first library job and really sat down and trained me. Because when I first got into libraries, my focus in my master's had been in children's or youth services, but when I actually got into my first library job as a children's librarian, there was like no training that was available, which was really unfortunate because I think there is an idea that, you can walk in and just do story times and everything is going to be totally great and wonderful, but it's a lot harder, I think, than people realize until they start getting into it. And so I had no idea of like what was developmentally appropriate or what kinds of things would keep kids entertained. It was just not something I was super familiar with. And so I was struggling quite a bit by the time she transferred into my library. And she saw everything that was going on. She was like, "Oh, Katie, honey, you need some help." So she took over my story times. I watched her for a few months. We did them together for a few months, and then she watched me for another few months. And so I got like a full year of training just from her on how to do programming and how to be a children's librarian. And so it was really sort of the first time that I had a professional mentor. And it was a wonderful working relationship. And so her and I have kept in contact, throughout the years as I've moved around and moved libraries and she's retired. And so we get together once a month or so and we go for a hike in the area and check out different wilderness areas and different trails and all of that kind of stuff. So we went to 2 different trails today and went for a lovely hike, but we're getting into the dog days of summer and it was toasty. And then this coming week, I have a Zoom meeting with another librarian friend of mine who was another mentor. I took part in it's an association called ALSC, and so it is the Association of Library Services for Children. And I was a member, and I also did their official mentoring program, and so it connects a fairly new children's librarian with a more experienced children's librarian. And so I was paired up with her, and at the time she was the president of ALSC. And it was another wonderful working relationship where it has ended up morphing into something beyond a professional thing. So she lives up in the DC area, and so we keep in touch every month or so. We get together and we have like a big long catch-up Zoom call and just chit-chat and see what's going on. And she just retired recently, so it's just really fun. I've really enjoyed being, sort of connected to these other librarians in ways that I had never really anticipated when I started, but they are relationships that I really, really value. And so it's just nice that they are hanging out and that we're still in contact and we still talk, and it's something that I really enjoy quite a bit. I'm also embarking on a number of quilting projects, so I am going to make some quilts for different people in my family that have birthdays coming up. And so I need to get in, and that is one of the things that I can spend money on through the month of August, because I need to go ahead and start sourcing all these materials so I've got enough time to actually finish and work on all of these quilts before my deadlines. So that is something that I can do. Like, for example, this is 100% off topic, but I just recently got this jelly roll. It's called a jelly roll, but basically they're just long strips of fabrics. And so it's a children's book illustrator and author that I really love. Her style is just gorgeous. And she did this limited run of fabrics with this company called Riley Blake. And just look at these. Aren't they? Look at these little mushrooms. And there are little books and little kids on animals, and it's just, there's little like constellations and stars. It is just the cutest little thing, little butterfly people. I loved her style. She's done a number of books that I really, really enjoyed and really loved. Let's see, her name is Emily Winfield Martin, and she did one called Dream Animals and another one called The Wonderful Things That You Will Be, or The Wonderful Things You Will Be, something along those lines. But they're just really cute. I use them in my story times pretty frequently. Her style is gorgeous and amazing, so I am going to make myself a super cute quilt, and I am jazzed about that whole process. So, okay, that's my Monday. Let me go ahead and pop in here and see what other things I've got coming up. So, let's see. This week is actually kind of a busy little week. I've got a Zoom call with Karen. I've got a doctor's appointment for my husband that I'm going to go to. I've got D&D. I've got a virtual 5K that we're running. And then I'm also going to an escape game with my library friends. So that will be super fun. So let's go ahead and pop those in here. Okay, so these mornings, I'm going to use the mornings to do some of the more tedious projects that I have, and then use the afternoons to do the more creative work. And my husband and my dog just got back in from their walk, so if you hear a dog barking, it's my little dude. Okay. So I'm going to work on that until about noon, and then I'm going to use the afternoons to work on the more creative projects that I have, the editing projects and all of that kind of stuff. But let me just go ahead and make a little note. And that I'll just sort of feel out day by day. Okay, that is looking pretty good. Do I need to put anything else in here? I don't think so. I don't think I'm gonna have to go grocery shopping this week because I did a massive grocery shop this past week. Okay, I think that is probably pretty good for now. So I'm gonna go ahead and highlight everything. And I think I'm just gonna do a little boop right there. Right here. Oh man, I smudged that whole thing. Look at that. Ah, Katie, so sad. Oh my goodness. I'll either leave it or I'll white it out. I'll see how I'm feeling about it. I don't know. Okay, got that in. Perfect. Okay, there we go. I think that we are pretty much set up and ready for whatever this week brings. So I'm feeling pretty good about that. I hope this was lovely and that you have a wonderful week, and I will see y'all here again next time. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you would like to see more from me, more things that I'm getting up to in my planner, subscribe, come back, check on me. That would be great. I would love that. And I think that's pretty much it. I will see y'all in the next one. Bye.